Hi, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me today. Get comfortable, we're going to start some Valentine projects. Going to be doing a little Valentine's decor today. This transfer is called February 14th. And I'm going to actually be doing this on a canvas that I have previously painted just with acrylic paint. I used kind of like a mauve and some grays and some whites in there and some pinks. So before I begin, this is a brand new transfer. I'm going to write on the back of it the name. This allows me to know which side of the backing, the white sheet, to the transfer goes against the sticky side of the transfers. Our transfers are vinyl and silkscreen with an adhesive back. Very sticky here. And if you can see the little white, this side of the backing is shiny and the other side is dull. So by writing the name on the back of the backing sheet, I don't inadvertently stick the sticker to the wrong side. I want to stick it against the shiny side. Now before I can begin this, I need to fuzz my transfer, which means I'm going to deliberately apply fuzz or lint to the back of the transfer. I'm going to use my little fuzzing cloth, and that makes the transfer not as sticky. Our transfers are reusable 8 to 12 or more times with appropriate care. And care is pretty easy. It basically is rinsing the excess chalk paste off of your transfer and then cleaning the front and the back with a Clorox wipe. Now, the reason that you remove all the, oh wow, this is sticky. You remove all the chalk off the front and the back, and then you use the Clorox wipe to also remove the lint off the transfer, which renews the adhesive. Oh my goodness, this is really picking up a lot of lint, and this is big time sticky. What I should do for something like this is not lift the entire transfer up at one time. I should probably be better off lifting part of it and putting it back down, lifting the other side and putting it back down. I definitely do not want the adhesive side of my transfer to fold or to stick to the other side where it folds in half on itself, because then it's difficult to pull it apart. And you really don't want to pull when you're handling your transfers. You want to either pick them up from the left or the right side or the top or the bottom. You never want to pull them on a diagonal, because this is like fabric, and if you pull it on the bias you might stretch or distort the transfer. I'm going to try and straighten this out and reapply it. I think I need to do a little bit more fuzzing on this. This does seem very, very sticky. Now, depending upon the surface that you're putting your transfer on, you might need to fuzz more than other transfers. Glass and metal, you want to fuzz, 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 fuzz. Same with paper. For this canvas, I don't have to fuzz quite as much. This is almost kind of like a fabric. So I do want to get a nice tight fit on it. So I think one more time, and I think I'm probably done with the fuzzing. Boy, this is sticky though, I'll tell you. Okay, and then before I begin to work on the canvas, because it is canvas, it can stretch, and when I press down with my squeegee, pushing the chalk paste through the transfer, I want to make sure that I do not stretch the canvas. So I'm going to put something behind my canvas so that I have a backing and I'm not pressing hard on it. Now I'm removing my transfer from my fuzzing cloth, and whoops, I almost got it stuck to itself there. Almost did exactly what I said don't do. Okay, I know this is kind of close to the edge, and I'm going to have to align it to get it all to fit the way I want. Actually, this is probably lined up better than I was thinking. I could do it a little bit too close to the edge on the right hand side. I want to move it a teensy bit over. Surface, and because of this, it's probably a little bit too small for my project, so I'm having a tough time aligning it. Generally I would have picked something with about at least an inch of a border larger than the transfer. So I'm playing around with here, trying to get it lined top to bottom and left to right to make sure that none of the letters are off the edge and that can be clearly chalked. And I'm struggling for a little bit until I come up with a little bit of inspiration on how to do it in a slightly different manner, which actually turned out to work quite well. I almost wonder if it would be easier if I laid my surface down on my transfer. I've tried this once before on another project. And actually, I think that works pretty good. So I want to smooth down the transfer, make sure there are no air bubbles in my silk screen anywhere. And this, I think, looks pretty good, except there's a little air bubble there. So I'm going to lift and pull this. I don't want to pull from the corner. Make it a little bit more taut. Little piece of lint under my silk screen. Let me get that out of the way. Okay, I think that looks good. And my colors are going to be Currant Jam, Cherry Blossom, and Shimmer Silver. So let's see. I'm going to do Currant Jam on the Valentine's Day, February 14th, and the Be Mine. And then the Hugs, Kisses are going to go silver, and the Love, XO, and Adore are going to be the cherry. So I think I'm going to start with the silver. It takes a little bit longer for the shimmer paste to dry, so I'm going to start with that. And I need to work quickly on here because I don't want this transfer to be stuck. I don't want the paint to be drying on one of the colors while I'm working on another. So let me get started with the Hugs and Kisses, and Hugs, Kisses. I'm actually going to use my multi-tool to spread the paste because this is a little bit tight of an area. I don't want to run into the other wording. And this lets me get right next to it without going into the other silk screen. I want to give it a little bit of pressure to push through the silk screen. at the top. And then I'm going to smooth over it, removing any lines and removing any excess paste. I think I've got pretty good coverage there. I'm putting the excess paste back in my jar. Looks like I missed just an edge there. Let me get that. I've been itching to get to this project all day. Been kind of a crazy busy weekend around here. I'm going to rinse this off real quick. So that I could use it on my next color. So it looks like I'm going to be in a little cream quarters here. Always wise to keep a paper towel handy. Okay. Dry off my little multi-tools. I wanted to use the Cherry Blossom on the Love, the XO, and the Adore. Actually, I might be able to use a small squeegee. I've previously stirred all this and made sure that it's the consistency of a yogurt or sour cream. I'm continuing on with the Cherry Blossom Chalkology paste, applying it to my transfer and gently pushing it through the silkscreen portion of the transfer using a squeegee. Then I remove any of the excess paste, look for any lines that might have been left by the squeegee, and smooth them out before I go on to the next line of text or the next color of paste that I'm going to be using. Our Chalkology paste goes on wet, but dries hard. If you need to remove it, spritz it with water and then wipe up with a paper towel on most surfaces. On canvas, it's not quite as easy as it would be on metal, glass, or chalkboard. The canvas, if it's a deeply pigmented Chalkology paste, could possibly stain it, and then you might need to just repaint the canvas and start over. But I have occasionally not liked my colors or my design or the effects, and I have washed canvas quickly and had no issues with chalking over it again. In retrospect, with this project, I think I should have used the paste and peel method, where I would start at the top, chalk the Valentine's Day in the current jam, gently lift the transfer up, and set it back down, and then go and chalk the hugs and kisses and the love. Do the same thing, lift it up, let it lift the transfer up from the surface, and then gently lay it over it, and then go down to the next line. This allows or ensures that your paste does not dry in the silk screen. Otherwise, if it starts drying in the silk screen, when you eventually lift the transfer up, you might pull up some of the paste from the surface. And actually, that's what I thought initially happened here when I was done. But I think what I forgot to mention at the beginning of this project is this surface, the canvas had been previously painted actually a couple months ago, and I liked the coloring for the colors that I was going to use on this transfer. So I grabbed it, but I wanted it to look a little distressed, so I had actually wet the canvas and gone over it with a brush a little bit, kind of scraping at the acrylic paint for a little bit of a distressed look on the surface. And I think when I lift my transfer, that's why the paste pulled a little bit. I don't think that it was actually that it had dried. So it's an interesting idea, and I kind of like the end results, but not really positive if it was me distressing the surface with a brush first or if it actually had dried a bit. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see or know what you think of the finished result, and I'm always looking for input on likes and dislikes, so please feel free. Drop me a comment. Go ahead and post. I'd like to know what you're thinking about this project or any other projects or techniques that you might like to see. If you are not part of my VIP group on Facebook, comment VIP below, and I will gladly add you, where there are additional techniques, more videos, occasional contests, and special pricing. So if you're interested in becoming a member, just comment VIP below and I will add you. The VIP chalk group is open to non-designers only. I think that's it. Let me clean my fingers very quickly here. My water bottle, so that I don't get any chalk paste on my surface that I didn't intend to. Guess I've got a little cherry blossom on me here. Okay. So I want to lift from the side. I'm going to grab my surface there. My cherry blossom really didn't go through real well. It looks like, I don't think it's peeling up. I just don't think I pressed hard enough through the transfer. Let me see if I can rectify that, or if I'm going to have to let this dry and add another coat. Pull that down. Maybe that it just dried too quickly on me. Or that I didn't press hard enough. Entirely possible there. That looks a little bit better. I grabbed a little currant jam there on my squeegee. Let me wipe that off. Definitely don't want to contaminate my jar of paste with another color. It doesn't hurt the paste, it just changes the color, and I don't want to do that. Oops, and look at I hit it on my finger. See if I could get that off. There we go. Oh, somewhere I'm picking it up on my squeegee. I'm not quite sure where I've got that from. See if I can get that off. Well, let's see what that looks like. I might have to come back here and do a little fixing of things. I still don't like the way the cherry blossom looks. It seems like lifted up, and the same with my current gem. Or actually, it looks kind of distressed. You know what? I think I like it. It's pulled up, but you could definitely still read the wording. Everything's pretty cool except the word love. So what I think I'm going to do is put this transfer in a water bath. Yeah, I kind of a neat kind of distressed look to it. So I'm going to put this in a water bath and go on to another project. Let this dry, and then I'll come back and do the love again. What do you think? This might work fine. Interestingly enough, the silver shimmer handled it without an issue. Didn't dry. Okay. Let me set this aside. And I think I'm going to clean the transfer right now, so it can be dry and work on while I work on something else. I've got the transfer in a little water bath, and I'm just going to massage the paste off of it a little bit. The current gem is a highly pigmented paste, and because of that, it will stain the transfer, but that does not alter the usability at all. I could actually use a board eraser to try and remove some of that staining, but like I said, it really doesn't impact the use of it at all. So you don't need to, but you can if you're a little OCD and it bothers you. I usually use a cool or lukewarm water as the water bath for my transfers. And I'm going to put this on my surface, sticky side down. Sometimes it even helps to run it under the faucet, but this is coming off pretty good. So I'll show you how to maintain and clean your transfer. So I've got adhesive side down. And I'm going to use a Clorox wipe to clean off the excess chalk on the top. You don't want to leave your chalk paste uncovered. They will dry and thicken. If your chalk paste thickens, what you need to do to thin it back down to the appropriate consistency is use a little distilled water and mix it up. You don't want to use tap water, as tap water may contain some impurities that actually could cause mold to grow in your paste. So it's best just to stick with distilled for thinning down your paste when you need to. You always want it to be the consistency of yogurt or sour cream. If you've added too much water and your paste gets a little bit too thin, just leave the cover off for a little while and let it thicken up. And just basically adjust accordingly. Okay, you can see that this is discolored my transfer, but like I said, that has no impact on the usability. So if you don't like the staining on your transfer, then you could use a board eraser. This is one of our board erasers that I've wet. Oops. You want to be gentle. Don't be in such a hurry like I am here. and just use it to remove the staining from the surface of the transfer. Reapply that. As you can see, the board erasers, I've cut mine in half. They're usually a circle. The board eraser does a pretty good job at removing the pigment from the surface of the transfer. Now this is not sticking to my glass surface because the back of this transfer was wet from my water bath. Otherwise I'd have a problem. So make sure it's wet before you put it down on anything. I'll give that another going over with a Clorox wipe on the front. Now I'm going to flip it over. Let's see if I have anything there. Kind of hard to tell with my surface here. And the chalk paste off that. Oh, that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to clean. Oops. Got it a little bit easier here. The excess chalk off of my surface, off the adhesive, any chalk that might be on the back of it. No board eraser here. And then use my Clorox wipe to remove the lint that I deliberately applied with the fuzzing towel. So now I'll be rejuvenating the adhesive on the back of this. I'm going to grab another wipe. And we're almost done with cleaning, so you can tell that goes pretty quick. Put my glasses out of the way there. Boy, this was very sticky. When I get all the lint off the back, I then want to lay my transfer down on a flat surface, sticky side up, to dry. I don't want to put it adhesive side down because then it'll stick to whatever, or could potentially stick to whatever surface I put it on. I usually go both directions when I'm removing the lint. The more lint you remove, the stickier your adhesive is going to become. Which is what you want basically. You want it to have a nice snug fit to any surface that you're putting on. Our transfers can be used on lots of different surfaces. Enamel, glass, wood. If you are using non-Chalk Couture chalkboards, it's recommended that you wax a surface before you chalk on it, so that you basically prep the surface so there's no chance of paint from a sprayed chalk, like a spray paint chalkboard, or painted wood peeling up, or splinters coming up on your surface. So the waxing actually preps the surface so that it protects your transfer from lifting any particles. Okay, let me go put this on a flat surface to dry, and I'll be right back. If you're in a hurry for your transfer to dry, there's a little trick that comes in handy, and it's using your fuzzing cloth. We use this terry cloth side of our fuzzing cloth to deliberately apply the lint, but the fuzzing cloth is dual-sided. The other side is like a microfiber. So if you want your transfer to dry a little bit quicker, You put it down on the fuzzing cloth on the microfiber side, adhesive side up. I'm going to gently fold this and pat it a little bit to dry. And then, boy, it's already getting sticky. Now I'm going to set this on a flat surface to dry while I grab another fuzzing cloth. Let me snag this one back. A couple different ideas that I'm thinking of is, I like this, isn't this cute? Dear Bed, I love you. Well, that's not going to fit on this surface, but what I was thinking of doing is just putting the love you. This transfer is called Dear Bed, I Love You. It's our B-size transfer, which generally it's like 8.5 by 11. Fits really nice in our 9 by 12 boards, but as you can see, I'm going to do it on a smaller board. Now this is a non-Chalk Couture board, and it actually is, it looks like it just has chalk paint on it. Not chalk paint surface for the chalk board part. And I have waxed that to make sure that it doesn't lift up when I pull up my transfer. I occasionally have had it happen on a surface, usually kind of a cheaper surface, that wasn't adequately painted. And let's see, which way was I going to go with this? I was going to go horizontally here. Okay, so I'm going to go with this, and it's going to be a little tight fitting it. I guess that's what I'm running into today. What can I say? So just like the previous. Transfer, I'm having a little hard peeling this up here. I'm going to fuzz this transfer. Oops, I didn't write on the back. Right on the dull side, not the shiny side. I know this marker looks light, it's gray instead of my black marker. Someone ran off with my black marker. Okay, so I'm going to fuzz this. This is sticky, but nowhere near as sticky as the other one. So I don't have to fuzz it quite as much. You kind of get a feel for it. Now I have to be a little careful because I don't want it sticking to my glass mat. You know what, actually, I'm going to put my fuzzing towel up here to protect it from sticking to the glass. And this is the way I want the surface to be. Okay, so I'm going to try and center this. I think I could get it all to fit. It looked like I could before. I know it was a little tight. Didn't want to lose the bottom of my Y or the top of my V up here. I'm going to get it centered left to right first. That's good, and I need to pull this up a little bit. Okay. Pretty close to the bottom, but I'm still on the chalkboard. Very good. I think this will be nice. The Love You. Now, what color should I do this in? Make sure there's no air bubbles here. I see an air bubble here on the vinyl, that's fine. Okay, as long as the silk screen's down nice and taut. Pinks or reds? I'm going to go with maybe shimmer red. Ooh, I think that'll be nice. Let me stir this up. Oh yeah, this looks nice and ready. This will be a quick, easy one here. Let me grab, oops, put my squeegees in my water bath, clean them up. And I think I could use a larger, oops, it's dirty. Oops, a larger squeegee. This should work good. No, I wasn't going to use the stir stick to apply it, but I don't think I need to. I think my squeegee will handle it fine. As you can see, a little chalk paste goes a long way here. Oops, I've got a bunch on the squeegee right now. Get those little hearts. Okay. And smooth it out. Removing any excess paste. Getting my paste back into my jar. And making sure there are no lines here. Let's take a look. So isn't that beautiful? So quick and easy. This has a little stick on the back, so you could either do it horizontally or vertically, and it'll just stand up. Oh, I just think that's beautiful. It fit perfectly. Can you see the shimmer? Okay, I'm going to move this out of my way and let it dry. And being that I'm working with the red shimmer, I have a couple other little things here that I was thinking would be cute. Kind of a similar board. These are from the Sprinkled with Love transfers. They're B-sides transfers that actually separate into 12 separate pieces. And I'm going to put these on the board, on these little boards. So let me fuzz my transfer first. I have used these already 1 or 2 times. And I have, this is the same kind of surfaces that I just used, where it's a painted blackboard, if you will. And I did wax these. And I don't let the wax really dry, just rub it on, rub it off real quick. A paste wax, but not like when you're doing your car and you actually have to let it dry and then remove it. This is just rub it on and take it right off. And I think I need to line this up just a little bit better. No, I have it too much to the left. Here we go again. I think that's good. Smooth it down. I could still use my large squeegee here. A little bit big for this project, but it'll make it real quick. I'm trying not to go off the transfer, but if I do, I could just clean it up with a damp paper towel. Get the bottom heart there. I don't want to get paste on my ribbon though, so I'm trying not to do that. Ah, I see a line that I want to clean off. Okay. Gaining purchase by the edge, by the corner, but I really want to grab the edge before I lift up. And you usually want to lift it like a 90-degree angle. There we go, hugs and kisses. How cute is that? And that transfer to my water bath. Quick and easy, wouldn't you say? I'm going to set that aside, and I've got this little Be Mine. And the Be Mine I'm going to do in the red shimmer, but I'm going to do the bees in a gold shimmer paste. I think that'll make them stand out a little bit, make it kind of cute. And again, I've already waxed the surface. If it was one of our Chalk Couture chalkboards, I would not need to wax it. Our premium boards are absolutely beautiful. They're magnetic and they come with a 50-year warranty. We have lower end boards also. We have quite a variety. Okay, let's see. I'm going to probably going to use, here's my gold shimmer, the multi-tool for doing the bees. I might use the multi-tool for doing the red too. I just don't want to accidentally catch the bees with it. So let me grab a multi here. Oh, this looks like it's a little thick. Let me add my distilled water. The shimmer pastes have a more of a marshmallowy, whipped up consistency. You can tell my gold shimmer has definitely been a favorite. Getting near the bottom of this jar. Let me hit it with another spritz of water. I usually use the other side of the stick to stir in water because the little hook gets underneath the lip of the jar. It makes it really quick. Ooh, I've got too much paste, definitely too much paste in there already. Just enough to make these stand out. I don't know, should I do the B, the word B-E-E in the gold shimmer? Yeah, why not, right? Let me turn this to get in the tight areas. Removing the excess, any lines. Okay. Back in the jar you go. Oops. Lid went right into the jar. Now I have things to clean up. Let me grab my red shimmer here. You want to be careful not to run into the gold shimmer paste. Get a little bit closer for you to see. Remove the excess, put it back in my jar. And remove any lines. And I think that looks good. I'm going to get my fingers underneath the edge of it and lift. Oh, wow. Cute, huh? Those are sweet little bees. Won't these make a sweet little vignette? Getting in the Valentine mood? Okay, I'm looking at this. And it looks like it's dried. It's a little crumbly. I don't like the way that looks for the cherry blossom, but I'm going to put the transfer back on, and I'm going to leave the current jam just to look like that distressed look to it. I like that. Grab that transfer, oops, make sure it's dry. Oh yes, nice and sticky too. See, that didn't take too long, actually. I really think the problem was my cherry blossom dried too quickly. There are techniques that you can use, such as a peel and chalk, where you chalk just one color and then peel up the transfer and let it dry, and then set down the transfer and do the other areas that are different colors. You could actually even speed drying with a hair dryer or a heat gun. If you're using a heat gun though, you want to make sure that you keep it moving and you do not hit the transfer or go near the transfer with the heat gun, because it could melt it. Safest bet there is really just a hair dryer to dry the chalk. And then you gently lay the transfer down, you know, like you peel it up, dry this, lay it back down, and then do the next color. And then you don't have the issue of the chalk drying if you don't work quickly enough. I just don't like to do it when I'm videoing because of the noise of the dryer. Okay, now I just need to line this back up over the word love. Oh, maybe I should do a door too. Maybe a door looks okay. And the XOXO, it's the love just really didn't get enough. The others look distressed, which is fine. So Probably better lining it up with the current jam. It's easier to see. That looks pretty good. So, smooth this down. And here's my cherry blossom. And we'll do this again. And just in case it's because I didn't press enough, I'll press a little bit harder this time around. Okay, I need to get the top of my letters. I don't want this to be too perfect with the other letters and the other words being distressed, so, okay, there we go. Remove the excess paste and smooth it out. And let's see what we're looking at. Oops, it's stuck to my fingers. Oh, now it looks really nice. Maybe I should do the door. Okay. And make this a little bit nicer too. Oops, I didn't really tighten this down. Did not press the transfer down. We'll see what happens with that. Isn't this the prettiest background though? I just love those colors together, the kind of mauve-y and the gray and the white and the pink. Get the outline out. And if I remember right, the XL looked pretty dang good. Why not? Let's do it. Oops, I'm dripping. Oh my goodness, I forgot to put something underneath my canvas. So I'm pressing a little hard on this canvas. I hope I haven't stretched it. Sometimes I just need to slow down a little bit. Okay, just got the little line there. Got it. Hoping I didn't get the cherry blossom on the bottom of my Y from Hugs. I did. Okay. So, put this in the water bath. And I am going to see if I could take that paste right off. Oh, it already dried. Use a wet little cosmetic wipe to try and get this off of my Y before it dries there, without muddying up the gray or the silver. There, I think that looks pretty good. I think it's lifted it. Okay, what do you think about that? Isn't that cute? I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's, whether you're celebrating it with your partner, spouse, family, children, or even by yourself. Be good to yourself. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not part of my VIP group, comment VIP and would like to be, so that you're privy to specials and additional tutorials and some games and some other things, comment VIP below and I will add you to the group. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful life.